Hi guys, I'm Karen Blacher. For tonight's tutorial, I'm going to take you off in a different direction. I promise I am going to come back to superheroes just because there really seems to be a lot of people out there who are interested in seeing more of them. But all I have left in my repertoire right now is I've got a Spider-Man and a Batman, which are both nothing special. Everybody does them the same. So I will certainly put them up, but I'm not feeling inspired to put them up yet. I am working on an Iron Man. That one will be a lot more interesting, so look for that one hopefully next week. But for today, I'm going to put up something completely different. I don't know where all you folks are in the country, but where I live, it has been a long, cold, and miserable winter, and we are now having a gloomy and rainy April. So I, for one, am ready for some sunshine, and I think that's what inspired me to bring back this design. This is a design I haven't done in over a year, and I was working a birthday party last weekend and I whipped it out, and it was a huge hit because I'm not the only one who's in the mood for some sun. So for today, I'm bringing you a Hawaiian sunset cheek art. This is a larger, it's like a half face. It's a cheek art, but it consists of several elements. It's going to cover this side of the face. And it's not really a sunset, but when you see it, you'll understand why I call it that. I do have to add the disclaimer before I do this design that this is not an entirely original design. This combination of elements is something that's inspired by a picture that I saw on another artist's website like a decade ago. And I would credit that person if I could, but I honestly have no idea where I saw it. I just saw it and said, ooh, that's cool, I want to do that. So if you see this tutorial and you say, hey, that's mine, message me. I will certainly give you your due credit. Would if I could now, but I honestly don't know who you are. Thank you, though. Love this design. So, without further ado, a Hawaiian sunset. Now this is a design, like I said, that has three elements. It's got a hibiscus flower, a setting sun, and a palm tree silhouette. The hibiscus flower is the center, so I'm going to paint that first to help me space out the rest of the design. I'm going to do this in a DFX fuchsia. Any bright pink will do. Really any bright color will do. I did it in blue by request the other day and it actually came out surprisingly good, but I like pink hibiscus flowers. There is, incidentally, a one-stroke method for painting a hibiscus. I'm really not good at it. If you want to learn how to do a one-stroke hibiscus, check out Lisa Joy Young. You'll see her down there on my subscriptions. I think most of you are subscribed to her as well, so you know she's fabulous. She is the one-stroke queen. I am not. I do some one-stroke, but things like hibiscus flowers, I still do the old-fashioned way. So I'm taking my DFX Fuchsia on a number 4 brush. I'm going to put 2 hibiscus flowers sort of right here on my cheekbone. Not too big. So a hibiscus is just 4 heart-shaped petals. And I'm going to put another one here. It's almost like a 4-leaf clover. Just a little more droopy. You know, the petals kind of fall over themselves. Okay. Don't worry about differentiating these right now. They're going to mush right into each other. We're going to differentiate them later with the outline. So I'm just filling in with the same color. If you're feeling creative, you can fill in with a lighter color and blend it. But the outline on these kind of makes them look so sharp, I find that's not really necessary. So right now I just have a pink blob on my cheek, but I promise you that they're going to be 2 absolutely beautiful flowers when I am through. So now I'm going to come back in there with a yellow. I'm using DFX Metallics yellow, but you don't have to. Any yellow will do. The Metallics adds nothing to this design. I just enjoy things that sparkle. And I'm going to give each of these a pestle. Is it a stamen? A pestle? The sticky out part. It's kind of a backwards teardrop. Yep. Backwards in that the point is the part on the outside. Doesn't really matter. Oh, that was a little fat. Doesn't really matter which way you put these, but make sure they don't point in the same direction. They look kind of weird if they're parallel to each other. And I'm going to put some dots at the end there too. So there's my 2 hibiscus flowers. I promise they will look like hibiscus flowers when I outline them, but I'm not outlining them yet. I'll give you something to look forward to, right? I'm going to take now my DFX Tropical Rainbow. DFX Tropical Rainbow. The only rainbow I own. I adore it. I find I never have need of a brighter rainbow than this. This is just beautiful. As you can tell by the state of my other one, I have to show you this because it's so sad that I'm actually still using this. I refuse to let it go. I love my tropical rainbow. So, I'm going to take my DFX tropical rainbow. The rainbow is what ties all of the different elements of this design together. So I'm going to start it just above the temple here. Bring it down behind the flowers. And then down in sort of an S, like that. Okay? Now I'm going to come back with still my number 4 round brush. I use this more than any other brush. I don't know why. I like little brushes. Got me my number 4 round. I'm taking some orange. This is a Snazaroo orange. Any orange is fine. I'm going to put a nice big setting sun right at the top here. This is one of those points where I feel compelled to remind you that I have a very small forehead. On someone of more normal or more average proportions, this won't take up their whole head. And it looks better. I generally don't do this design on myself, but since I don't have another model right now. So there's a sun at the top. And at the bottom, still with my number 4 brush, I'm going to take a DFX black, and I'm going to do a palm tree and an island. I'll do the island first to sort of anchor the palm tree. So for the island, I'm just going to do a nice thick stroke. Down like that. And then I'm going to have the palm tree lean over this way. I'm going to try not to have it overlap the hibiscus. Again, I have a little face. I might not be successful, but I'm going to try. So palm tree going out this way. Hello, Mr. Palm Tree. For the fronds, I'm just going to be doing teardrops to start here. Four or 5. Go with what looks right. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and give it a little more detail to make it look more like a real palm tree. I'm just going to come in and kind of bring down little lines under the fronds. Palm tree silhouette is one of those fantastic things to have in your repertoire because it just looks really sharp. Get some fuzz at the top there. So there's my palm tree, my hibiscus, and my sun. That's the basic look of this, but we need obviously some outlines and a little bit more detail. This palm tree, I'm looking at it, it looks like it's growing straight up. I really should have made this line more curved to make it look like a palm tree that's growing up and curving rather than a sideways island. So forgive me for that, but I'm hoping you'll still get the idea of this design off of it. Now I'm going to come in. I promised you that those hibiscus flowers would look like real hibiscus flowers. Here's where that happens. Here comes the magic, people. It's the outline. I'm going to outline the center first to make sure that I don't accidentally cross over it. I'm not actually going to give it a whole outline. I'm just going to go up one side. And like I said, heart-shaped petals. This is the point at which I had to decide which one is in front. Just make an arbitrary decision. You'll see me doing that a lot. When I'm shooting a tutorial at night, I swear I'm not having a stroke. It's because my contact lenses dry out at night. That's why I prefer to shoot my tutorials during the day. But sometimes that's just not meant to be. So there are my hibiscus flowers. See, told you they'd look like flowers. And up at the top with the sun here, I'm going to put in a couple of birds. I'm in the unfortunate position of having to paint directly in front of my eye, so I can't see exactly what I'm doing. totally do it anyway because I am that good, baby. So there is this basic Hawaiian sunset design. And of course, you know I'm going to add glitter because I like everything to glitter. And you know what I'm going to do for this? I don't always do this in this design, but I'm looking on myself and I feel that these are kind of clumped together and this is a little far away. So I'm going to put some leaves on my hibiscus flowers. I usually put leaves on hibiscus flowers if I'm doing them as a cheek art, but not in this design because there's already so much going on. But I want to extend a little up this way to fill the empty space. So I'm going to show you how I do leaves on a hibiscus because that's a good skill for you to have, right? I'm going to take my DFX light green and dark green, my number 4 brush, loading it up in the white light green, and tipping it, just the tip, in the dark green. And I'm going to do little side-by-side teardrops to make the leaves. And I'm deliberately putting some above the flowers, even though it's also something I usually don't do. So I press and pull. It's a little more symmetrical than I would have liked, but I always aim for balanced rather than symmetrical, so I'll have the same number of leaves on each side, but not in exactly the same locations. You know what? I'm going to stop messing with this. I'm going to leave that there. And I'm just going to add some shadows and highlights with the FX Black and White. The only difference between a shadow and an outline is whether you put it around the whole thing, in my terminology. And I'll highlight it with a little DFX White. Again, I'm just trying to fill space, because this design doesn't work great on my face, but it's such a pretty design, I wanted to share it with you anyway. While I'm highlighting, I'll highlight the flowers too. This is way more detail than I ever put into this. Since I've got these colors on my brush, I may as well, right? Ta-da! So, there's the design. And I'm gonna glitter this puppy up for you with my white iridescent glitter, which is the only color glitter I bother to stock, because I find it doesn't matter what color the glitter is. It'll pick up the color of the design. I'm going to glitter the flowers, and because the sun is kind of getting lost on me, I'm just going to glitter the flowers of the sun and not the rainbow. Normally I glitter everything in this design, but I want to highlight the fact that there's something up there, and it doesn't show up that well because I have so little temple left. What I would do if I were painting this on someone with a larger face, just to show you, is the circle here wouldn't hit smack centered on the end of the rainbow. It would sort of touch the rainbow and come up more above it. But I have run out of forehead. In any case, there is my tropical sunset design. Hawaiian sunset, tropical sunset, island sunset, call it what you will. That's what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you can use it. And I promise I will bring you folks more superheroes soon. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks.